Hello everybody, welcome to another video tutorial by Viveo Technologies. Today we're going to be walking through setting up a Cloudflare account and inviting our Viveo support team to that account. So what is Cloudflare? Cloudflare is a service that includes a web application firewall and a content delivery network CDN. The web application firewall aspect will protect your website from different attack vectors. That includes things like SQL injection and DDoS attacks and brute force logins, things like that. And the CDN will help speed up your website. What it does is it caches assets such as your JavaScript, your CSS, images, things like that. It compresses them and then it stores them on a bunch of different servers throughout the world. So that way when your website visitors are accessing the website, it's actually accessing those assets from servers that are close to them rather than your server here at Viveo. So it helps speed up the website requests for different assets, as well as it prevents those assets from having to be loaded on your server. So it also reduces the load on your server and saves some resources for you. So we definitely recommend this service to both protect your website from different attacks as well as potentially speed up your website. So to get started, let's click the sign up button here. And as I mentioned, both of those services that I mentioned are included in the free package. So the add a website button here under the free package is what we want to click. And then enter your email address that you want to create for the Cloudflare account, and then a good strong password, and then check the box for verify you are human, and then sign up. Once you are in Cloudflare, it's going to ask you for a domain name. So you want to enter your domain that you plan on covering within Cloudflare. Even if you don't know how to get it configured and you want our support team to configure the domain, you still need to go ahead and add the domain, and then we can help you configure it later. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my domain and then click continue. And even though we checked the or clicked the box for the free package earlier, it's asking us once again as just a way to upsell to choose our package. So just choose the free and then click continue. And you can see that it updated the domain here to have a status of pending name server update. That means that the domain is not yet pointing to Cloudflare, which is completely fine. All we need is for the domain to be in Cloudflare so we can help you get it configured. And then once it is configured, you'll update the domain at your register to point to Cloudflare, and your website will be protected by Cloudflare at that time. So you can click on the domain here to manage it if needed, but what we want to do now is to invite our Viveo support team to your account. Before you do that, you need to come into your profile here and make sure that your email address for your account is verified. If you do not, then you're going to run into issues in the next step for inviting our support team, because this is required before you're able to invite anybody to your account. So go ahead and go to your email and just make sure you you verify that account, and then you can refresh this page once you have that verified, and you can see that we are now verified. So now that our account has been verified, go back to the main page here, and in the side navigation scroll down to the manage account and expand that, and then click on members. The members page is where you see all the different users that have access to your Cloudflare account and the roles that they have. So right now we're logged into the main user that has super administrator privileges. We want to invite our Viveo support team, so click the invite button and then type our support email and then click add. Make sure it is spelled exactly how I have it here. And then in the scope, make sure the operator is set to include, and the type needs to be all domains, if you want to give us access to all the domains under your Cloudflare account. If you only want a single domain or a list of domains, then you can choose the domains that you want us to be able to manage. But if you're not sure, just go ahead and click the all domains. And then for the account scoped roles, this is the permissions that we'll have to your Cloudflare account for all the domains that you give us access to. So if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, there's an administrator option here. That gives us access to full access to the account, except for the management of the members for your account and the billing. And that's what we recommend, so our team can be able to do anything that we need to do and to help you. Once ready, click on the continue to summary button here, and then review the invitation. Here is just letting you know the user you're inviting, the domains that they're going to have access to, and the permissions that you just previously set. Once done, click on the invite button here, and you can see that it successfully sent an invitation. So what that does is it sends our Viveo support team an email with the link that we go to be able to accept that invitation, and we should have access to your account, and we should be able to help you with being able to manage the domains under that account at that time. If you have any questions or need any help, our support team is here to help via the email that I just showed you a minute ago, and we'd be happy to help. And hopefully this video is very helpful, and we'd love to hear your feedback.